Okay, guys, on this situation here, let's imagine that my opponent got my side control, holding my head and holding my hip, right? So he got to hold like this, right? So guys, on this situation here, he kind of like doesn't have submissions because his both arms are being used to control my hip and my head. So I don't have to worry too much about submissions. All I have to worry here is about his putting his knee on my belly, or about he trying to stall the position here and stay here for a long time, right? So guys, basically when I'm on this situation, he killed my basic escapes, because if I try to use my leg to escape here, it doesn't work. If I try to turn on the knee inside, it doesn't work as well. So basically I have two options. Or I'm gonna turn the knee outside, going like on this way, but this is kind of like a little dangerous because I'm gonna expose my back to him. Or I'm gonna do the defense that we're gonna work right now. So I don't like to turn the knee outside so much when my opponent's on my side control, because I feel a very big risk about he taking my back. I just like to turn the knee outside when he didn't get my side control yet, when he's about to get it. So what you're gonna do is, my left hand is gonna block his biceps, just like that. So if he chooses about controlling my head, now I'm gonna force him to control my head. My right hand is gonna go all the way over right here to his belt, just like that, right? Now what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna force him to go to my north-south. Not completely on my north-south, but almost there. So look, what I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna drive, 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 and bring him here. He's gonna kind of stay on my north-south, but his arm is all twisted here. So that's not really the north-south, but this is exactly as I want to throw him. So look, I'm here, I have my elbow underneath his belly. I'm gonna bridge up, and I'm gonna throw him going to his side control. So this position was very good for me, guys. He was on my side control, and I ended up on his side control. And from here, I can easily attack his arm, going to the arm bar. Right? So let's see again. Guys, make sure to understand the grips here. This hand is going to go on his biceps, locking his arm here. If you try to move this arm, now he cannot move this arm anymore. This hand I'm going to put between his head and my arm on his belt. So look, I have the control of his belt here, and I have my elbow underneath his belly. Now in just one motion, I'm going to force him to go to north-south, and I'm going to throw him. Don't do that in two motions, because if not, I'm going to get here, and he's going to come back to my side control again, and didn't work for nothing. So what I'm going to do is, in just one motion, I'm going to go there, and bridge, and get there. You guys will see that when we do this move, I'm going to create one leverage that I'm going to feel him very light. Because he's going to be all kind of like twisted like this. So he doesn't have a base towards this side, and he's going to end up rolling. So let's see one more time. So look, he's on my side control. I'm going to control his biceps, control his belt. I'm going to drive, 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 and go. And I found him very, very light. From here, I could attack the arm bar, or any other attack from the side control. So guys, we are trying to cover all situations here on the side control, right? So we saw options when he connect his both hands over like this. We saw option when he used his hand on my hip right here. Now let's imagine that I did some mistake here, and he passed his both arms over there, and he's involving my arm here. Maybe he's involving my arm like this, or maybe he's involving my arm like this. I'm gonna use the same principle here to try to defend it. So guys, let's just try to understand. First thing, that was a mistake. I should have my arm hidden here, right? But I did wrong. He got to involve my arm. So how should we escape from here? Guys, every time he has his both arms front of my, on this part here, not holding my head, it means that he can walk to the north-south, or he can go all the way down to the other side very easy. So what I'm gonna do is, my elbow closed here in the other side, look, my hand, I'm going to use it on his hip to avoid him going towards the other side, right? So I don't want to stay like this, look, and give him the freedom to go to north-south or to the other side. For example, he can get the arm bar here going all the way down to the other side. So I don't want to give him this freedom when I feel that he got my arm. So what I'm going to do, this hand, I'm going to place it on his hip. So look, he has the control of my arm, but I have my hand on his hip here. Guys, now I'm gonna use the most basic way we have to recover the guard. So all I'm gonna do here is gonna be a bridge, hip escape, and I'm gonna try to bring my knee in over here. When I'm here, we know I can go to the close guard, or I can try to set up the half guard as well, like a Z guard, or knee shields, wherever you guys call it. So let's see again. So look guys, he got my side control, and I did the mistake. I let him involve my arm. He could be involving like this, or like this. It's gonna end up being the same thing. The defense is gonna end up being the same thing. So guys, every time I feel he's involved in my arm, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use this arm here to block his hip. I don't want to give him the freedom to go to my north-south or to the other side. So I'm gonna really make sure to block his hip, right? Now he's gonna start trying to go to my north-south, and I have the control of his hip here, right? Now all I have to do is, I'm gonna bridge up, hip escape, and bring my knee in. From here, I can close the guard, or I can go to the half guard. And I have like a Z guard or a knee shield here. So that's gonna be my goal. Let's just do the other angle here, just make sure you guys see my hand on his hip. So I have my hand on his hip here, my elbow underneath his belly. I'm gonna bridge up, hip escape, bring my knee in. I'm gonna try to place the hook that I always try. If I don't get the hook, no problem. Look, I didn't get this time. So I'm just gonna keep going, open his arm, close the guard, or go to the half guard from the same situation. And I have like a knee shield here. Guys, let's see the situation here. I think this is probably like one of the most annoying ways to escape from the side control. Is when the guy get in my head and get one hand on between my legs. Some people used to call that 100 kilos. But this is all we call side control in Brazil, is 100 kilos. But here in US, I see people calling this situation as 100 kilos. So let's imagine he has one hand grabbing my head and the other hand on between my legs right here, right? Guys, this is really hard to escape because he's blocking. It's kind of like hard to use this leg to recover. It's kind of like hard to use my hip. It's kind of hard to turn in. In the same time, he doesn't have too many submissions. He almost like doesn't have any submission from here. But he can work knee on belly. He can stone me down right here. So I have to know how to escape from here. So the escape I'm gonna use is, I'm gonna pretend to him that I want to do the inverted triangle. Of course, that if he does the mistake here, I'm gonna catch the inverted triangle. So for example, if he slips here, I'm gonna go to the inverted triangle and I'm gonna work this way, or even if I want to hip escape and go to the other way as well. But most of the times, who is good on this, they know about the inverted triangle as well. So what I'm gonna do is a combination using the inverted triangle, using the triangle for the inverted triangle with the way to recover. So look, he's all tied here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push and I'm gonna try to catch it, but I'm not getting it. But every time I try to catch it, I'm gonna hip escape a little bit more, right? Now this hand that was going against his head, I'm gonna place it inside here, underneath his chest. And now I'm gonna hip escape even more, and I'm gonna bring my knee in. And now my hand that was on kind of like on his chest, I'm gonna kind of like push underneath his armpit here to make sure he breaks this grip. And then I have the guard again, or full guard, or once again, if I want, I go to the half guard, or anything I want. So let's see again, guys. So look, and this is gonna make more pressure right now, right? So just make more pressure. So look, I'm right here. I'm gonna try to go to the inverted triangle. He blocked it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna place my hand underneath his head. I'm gonna keep pretending like inverted triangle here, but at the same time, using my left leg to recover the guard here. So it's all about like hip escape and bring the leg in, pretending inverted triangle. So I'm here, I tried inverted triangle, he's gonna block it, but my hand is coming. Now my right hand, that was kind of like on my chest, right here, I'm gonna push it away to force him to break this grip and make sure I'm able to recover the guard. Right? So, one more time. He's here, right? He's tied. His hand is on between my legs. Yes. I'm gonna use my forearm to try to invert and triangle. If he slips, I'm gonna catch it, right? But probably he knows about it. So I'm gonna try to go there, I can't go. So every time I try, I bring my knee in. Now my hand that was here, over his shoulder, I'm gonna bring it underneath his shoulder here, underneath his armpit here. Now I'm gonna start pushing him away from me to try to break this grip. Look, I wanna break this grip. So I'm gonna push away and recover the guard, right? Guys, this is probably one of the hardest ways to recover the guard. And many people do that to stall the match. So it's always good to know. So he's here, try the inverted triangle, play around with that. If it didn't work, bring your knee in. Now both hands under his armpit and try to break this grip. And then recover the guard. Guys, on this situation here, I'm gonna show how do I do escape from side control when the guy didn't get my side control yet. He's about to get my side control, right? So for example, he's trying to pass my guard, he's almost getting there, and what I do here to escape. This is a very strong position that I have, and I like a lot this position because I get to completely turn the situation. He's about to pass my guard, and I'm gonna end up taking him down and starting to pass his guard. So look guys, basically every time someone is trying to pass my guard, let's talk about the Toriano for example, the most basic way to pass the guard. He's gonna go to my side control. Basically I have two choices when he's here. I can try to turn against him, or I can try to turn out of him right here, right? Guys, I like better to try to turn against him. Because when I turn towards this way, I kind of give him my back. Sometimes we have to do it. Sometimes this is the only option we have. So we have to catch it. But I would rather try to go against his leg. Right? Because then I don't give him my back. So guys, what's going to happen is, he dropped his shoulder here on my belly and he's about to pass my guard. First thing, I'm going to frame him a little. Second thing, I'm going to hip escape as much as I can. I'm not going to stay flat right here and give him the chance to hold my head and establish. So I'm going to hip escape as much as I can. Now guys, there is some big room right here between his armpit, his knee, his hip. I'm going to try to go inside this hole right here, inside this room. So what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to start turning here. Probably he's going to keep trying to pass my guard, and then I'm going to hip escape one more time. He's going to keep turning, and I'm going to hip escape one more time until I get on this point. Once I get on this point, look, I'm already underneath him. So I'm going to place my head under his buff legs. I'm going to start turning, and now I'm going to lift him up. Once I did that, my hand goes under his ankle, and I'm going to take him down. And now I'm just ready to pass his guard from my best position that I have, the over-under pass. Right? So let's see again. So look, I'm just going to try to do the Toriano, but look guys, I can use this for any type of passing. He's trying to pass my guard. Before he establishes, I'm going to keep the distance here. Right? Now second step, I'm going to hip escape. Now I want to turn and grab his other leg right there. Guys, one thing very important, don't confuse the legs. If I grab this leg, I give him the crucifix, right? So I don't want to grab this leg, always the opposite leg. So that's why I have to hip escape a bunch of times. So he's here, he's trying to pass my guard. I'm going to start turning. He's going to keep trying to pass. I'm going to hip escape again. He's going to keep trying, and I'm going to turn. Once I got on this point that I have my head underneath his leg, I'm going to start turning underneath. Now I have my head underneath his legs. For 1 second I'm going to place my both hands on the mat, lift him up, and take him down. Let's see one more time. I'm going to try to pass. I'm going to frame him. I'm going to hip escape. I'm going to hip escape again and start turn. Hip escape, until I get here. Once I got on this point, both hands on his leg, stay on the knees. Now for 1 second, I place my both hands on the mat, because if not, I'm going to feel it very heavy. I'm going to lift him up, and I'm going to sweep. So Let's do like full speed right here, guys. Just make sure you guys get it. So fight against the knees. Right? Let's do in the other angle. Guys, the one we're gonna do right now is, let's imagine once again that the guy's trying to pass my guard, so he didn't establish the side control yet, right? He's about to establish. So guys, I want to figure one escape from there before he establishes and score the points, right? So once again, he's gonna go to my side control using the Toriano, for example. I could use that for any type of passing, but let's talk about the Toriano. That's the most basic one. It's gonna be easier to understand. So guys, from here, I could try to go against him. Or, as we talked before, I can try to go outside as well. When I go outside, there is a chance that he can go to my back. So the basic way to go outside, that probably like everyone does, is going like this, protecting, and then escaping from the turtle, or rolling like this, or other options, right? The way I like to do is, he's gonna get here, right, and he's about to pass my guard, right? So guys, I didn't feel comfortable going inside, going against him. I didn't feel I had space enough. So guys, what I want to do basically is just roll, placing my chest on the mat here. So in just one move, I'm going to do like this. Look, I'm framing him. I'm going to roll, 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 and stop in the other side with my legs here doing guard. I always stop in the half rear, right? Because it's my favorite position, and as we talked before, I always want to link everything. So let's see again. Look, and he's gonna get on my side control, and he's gonna really try to pass my guard. Look, he got here, he's trying to pass. Gonna go like really hard on this. What I'm gonna do in just one move, chest on the mat and roll to the other side. So I'm not gonna give him like 1 second to try to take my back. To take my back, he has to be the fastest guy in the world, because I'm gonna do only this. Look, 1, 2, 3. And there I am, ready to recover the guard towards the other side. So guys, basically all I want to do is this, look. I don't even want to turn on the knee. So look, I'm going to do it with the shadow. I'm here, I'm just working the shadow on this, 1 second. So I'm just going to do like this, look. And I'm on the other side. So basically I'm going to end up in the same side that I was before. But when I do this rolling, I'm going to create a bigger space to recover the guard I want. Right? So look, he's about to pass my guard. He's here, he's tied. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to turn, and adapt to the other side. So now I'm just going to follow. Look, it's going to be almost like one rolling here, almost like one fight. So he's here, he's tied, he's about to establish. In just one time, I'm going to go there. And guys, look how when I start rolling, how he can kind of like, how he lose his grips here. My legs are going to pass one leg over the other leg. So he's going to lose these grips, look. And I'm going to recover to the other side. Let's work on one more time. And he's going to get like very tight on me right now. Like you can go very, very tight on this. So he's very tight here. I'm going to go. And recover all the way down to the other side. Guys, let's talk about the escapes from the north-south here. Normally there are like 3 types of north-souths. He can be on top of my buff arms, he can be out of my buff arms, or he can be on top one arm and out of the other arm. What I mean is, he can be like this, look, I have my buff elbows closed here. He could be like this when he's over my buff elbows, or he could be like this, look, when he has on top of one arm and under the other arm, right? So let's start from the first option here. Let's imagine he's on top of my buff arms, just like that, right? Guys, from here, the way I'm gonna use to escape is, I have my buff elbows closed, so he got the north-south, but he's not that comfortable here, right? So what I'm gonna do is, in just one time, I'm gonna bridge, and I'm gonna bring my leg in here, crossing his chest. So look, I'm gonna bridge up, and I'm gonna bring my knee crossing his chest over here. Once I did that, I'm gonna control his arm, and I'm gonna control his knee. Just like this. Guys, when I'm on this situation, I got to recover the guard. So for example, I have his sleeve, I have his knee on the other side. If he tries to walk towards this side, I have a guard here. If he tries to walk towards the other side, I have a guard towards the other side. And now I can easily open and go straight to the triangle, for example. Or just go straight to the guard. Right? So let's see again. So look, he's on my north-south, right? What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bridge up and bring my knee crossing his chest. So look, I'm gonna bridge and bring my knee like this. Once I did that, I'm gonna control his sleeve, control his knee, and I'm gonna recover the guard. And I have the guard over here, right? Let's just change the angle. We were doing this angle, let's just change to the other angle. So look, he got my north-south, but he's over my buff elbows. Right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bridge up and lift him same time. I'm gonna take advantage of this room here between his chest and my chest to bring my knee crossing his chest. Look, almost like on seat belt here, look. Gonna cross his chest. Once I did that, I'm gonna control his arm and I'm gonna control his leg over here. Right? Right here, I already have the control of the situation. I could try to throw him on reverse triangle, right? Or I could try to go straight to the triangle, or just recover the guard and reset everything, right? Guys, on this situation here, he got my north-south, but look, he's over my buff arm. So I didn't have my buff elbows in right here to do that recover, right? Guys, on this situation here, it's gonna be a little harder for me to recover because he kind of like beat my buff arms here. So guys, what I'm gonna do is, with my left hand, I'm gonna make a cup grip here on his leg, right? Now with my right hand, I'm gonna pass it underneath his belly, right? But guys, if he's tight here on me on the north-south, it's kind of like, stay a little tighter, it's kind of hard for me to pass my hand here. So what I'm gonna use is, I'm gonna use some momentum here to create this lever to pass my hand over there. So look, he's on top of me on the north-south. I'm gonna use some momentum to be able to turn. I'm gonna turn. I could turn and go straight to the single, right? Go straight to the single like here. But guys, as we saw before, I like better to set up the half guard and then the single. So as soon as I got here, what I would do is I would bring him to me and I would set up the half guard. Once I set it up the half guard, I'm gonna grab his lapel as tight as I can, and now I'm gonna go for the single leg. Right? So that's the way I connected the skate from the north-south to my half guard. So look guys, he got the north-south here, he's over my buff arms. I'm gonna put my hand on his leg. I'm gonna get the underhook. I don't even know if this is an underhook. It's not underhook, but I'm gonna pass my hand underneath his belly here. I don't know how to call this, but it's not underhook. Now I'm gonna pass my hand here, but to be able to do that, I'm gonna use some momentum here with my legs. Look, I'm gonna swing my legs up and down. So I'm gonna create this momentum and turn. Once I start turning, I'm gonna go to the half guard. So I'm gonna use one hand to help each other to bring his leg to me, fish, and get the half guard. Now that I got the half guard, I'm gonna get his lapel as tight as possible. I'm gonna turn and finish the sweep. Let's see one more time. He's here. I'm gonna use my left hand as a cup grip, and my right hand has reached there. So to be able to do that, I'm gonna take some momentum here with my buff legs. Look. Once I got here, I'm gonna bring his leg to me, fish it, and set up the half guard. Now, I'm gonna get his lapel, gonna turn on the knee, and I'm gonna finish the sweep. Guys, let's imagine this situation here. He got my north-south, but he's not over my buff elbows, and he's not under my buff elbows as well. how he is this. He's over one elbow and under the other one. So look, he's like this. Right? So guys, this position here, I really have to be careful a lot. Why? From here, he can go to the north-south. Look, he's very close to my north-south, no, to the north-south choke, I mean. So just go to north-south choke. Like that. So he can go to the north-south choke, and he can like hold me down here for a long time. So I really have to be careful with this position here, right? So guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna control his pants right here, right? And I'm just gonna keep this pants stretching. Now I'm gonna kind of wait for him and see what he wanna do, right? I have to be careful a lot with this arm because he can anytime try to control my arm and go to the armbar or kimura or anything like this right here. So this arm I'm gonna make sure to control anything I can right here on top of his gi, right? And my other arm I have his leg here. So now look guys, in just one motion I'm gonna turn all my body against his leg and I'm gonna try to fish his leg going to the half guard. So look, I'm fighting against his right here, he's all tied on my north-south. Now in just one motion, look, I'm gonna bring this leg, bring this one, and I'm gonna fish it over there. And I'm gonna recover the half guard. Also recover the half guard, look where I am. I'm exactly on the deep half guard. So I'm gonna bring him to the deep half guard. Right, so let's see again. So he's on my north-south, he got one arm, he got over the other arm. I'm going to control anywhere I can right here on his gi, and I'm going to control his pants over here. It's very important to control his pants, to do not give him the freedom to go to the armbar or anything right here. Always keep your head like this, look. Don't stay with your head flat like this because he can go to the north-south choke. So I'm always going to keep my head like this, always turning to that side. And then if he gets to the north-south choke, he doesn't go straight to my neck. So now all I'm going to do is, I'm going to step over my leg, I'm going to bring the other leg, I'm going to step again, and fish him on the half guard. Once I fish him on the half guard, I have him exactly on the deep half guard. Right? So let's see again. He's on the north-south. Right? I'm going to bring my hand against his leg. I'm going to step in. Fish and bring him to the deep half. Guys, let's see some defense here and some escapes from the half guard. So when you talk about defense and escapes from half guard, we are talking more about like escapes from submission because half guard is a guard, so we would be better talking about sweeps than escapes because I want to sweep, I don't want to escape. I want to sweep from the half guard. But let's imagine the guy got some submissions from half guard. That's very specific on my game when someone tried to work on submissions on my favorite moves. So for example, one position that I see many people getting called is when they are on deep half guard, right? So they are on deep half guard and then the guy on top set up the kimura, right? So guys, first thing, once you set up the kimura, that was kind of like one mistake from mine, so I should avoid that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure to get a very good grip right here on his pants. Don't miss that grip. I can even put this hand over my hand to cover, right, to make sure I don't lose it. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to start opening his lapel and get his lapel. Now guys, a quick move here, I'm going to pass my hand under his knee and I'm going to get the lapel. Guys, the big point is here. If I get this lapel, just go again. If I get this lapel, but I don't get enough amount of lapel, if I just get the lapel like this, he can finish the kimura. He's going to start getting tight and tight here on the kimura. Let's go on this. And he's going to probably finish. So it's really important to get this lapel like really tight. When I get it really tight, my hand is going to go really deep here. So now his kimura is not efficient anymore. Look, he can even try to finish. He can even try to change his base here and going this way, going like rolling over. All I have to do is, I'm going to stretch his leg down here. I'm going to free my hand, controlling his pants. And now I'm just going to breach and come up. Look, he's going to keep trying to do the kimura. Keep trying. He's gonna keep trying, but he cannot. All because I have a very good grip on the lapel, right? So if you guys can see over here, I have a very good grip here on the lapel. So it's gonna be very hard for him to break this grip, right? He's gonna keep trying to break, keep trying to break, keep trying to break. I'm just gonna keep the pressure here, keep the pressure. Very soon he's gonna give up. And as soon as he gives up, look where I am. I'm about to take his back, have all my weight on him. So the position ended up being very good for me. So let's see again. So look, I'm on a deep halfer, and he set it up the Kimura, right? So he got the Kimura here. Guys, once he got the Kimura, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make sure to be tied here. It's gonna be hard for him to break these grips here. Look, try to break it, it's hard. So what I'm gonna do, my right hand is gonna open up his grip. Once I did that, look how he is still having the grip here, but I can switch my hand under his leg, look. So I'm on this situation, just gonna switch under and catch the lapel, right? Once I did that, my right hand is gonna stretch his leg down. So if you want to change the angle here, for example, look, my right hand is gonna stretch his leg down. Now that I did that, my hand is gonna go outside of his leg, and I'm gonna control his pants right here. Now I just have to bridge, come up, my hand is tied on the lapel. I'm gonna go over. He's gonna keep trying to break that grip, but my grip is really strong on the lapel. That's a very good grip. Look, even if you guys see from this angle, he's trying to break it, trying to break. I'm just gonna keep it here, stay tight on him. Probably very soon he's gonna give up the Kimura grip, and I ended up at some very, very good position. Guys, if he gets the Kimura from this type of halfway here, look, what I call kind of like half deep halfway, it's gonna be the same thing that we were doing before. Exactly the same thing. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure to keep it tight, grab his pants, don't let him break it easy. He doesn't have so much angles to break it. I'm gonna go a little deeper on him, and I'm gonna make sure to work to open up his lapel right here. Always remember, sometimes this is the most annoying part, is to open his lapel. So I'm gonna need to work here with my right hand. Look, I'm gonna open, 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 and get it. Once I got it, I'm gonna slide my hand under his knee. So look, he has the Kimura grip, but it's easy for me to do this, look. That's it. I'm gonna get the lapel, and I'm gonna set up the same thing. So look, this hand is gonna go outside of his leg. So look here. This hand is gonna go outside of his leg. Once I did that, I'm just gonna bridge up and escape. Now I'm gonna come up. He's gonna keep trying to break that grip. I'm gonna stay heavy on him. Probably soon he's gonna give up, and I'm gonna establish a good position here. So he just got my halfway, changing his base. I'm gonna control his pants here. I'm gonna work on his lapel. Bring it under the knee. Get the lapel. Guys, always remember, if I get his lapel like this, he can break it. But if I get it tight, it's gonna be really hard for him to break it. Now I'm gonna free my hand outside of his leg. So I'm gonna bring my body a little bit towards this way, look. Free my hand over there. Now I just have to bridge, come up, and get on top. Guys, another very common situation here about submissions that happens on halfway. Now talking more about the knee shields and the Z-guard. That's many people ask like how to defend it. It's about like the Darce choke, right? So let's imagine here that I'm here on like Z-guard or knee shields, whatever you guys call it, and I'm gonna go to the other hook here to try to go to the single, and then you guys start setting up like a Darce choke or arm triangle, whatever. Guys, what I'm gonna do is, as soon as I see that they are trying to do that, I'm gonna try to sweep them over. And look guys, they are using this arm to choke me. So it means that they don't have base for their left side because they are using that arm to choke me. So what I'm gonna do is, as soon as they are trying to connect, I'm gonna lay down, control his pants, and throw him all the way down to the other side. Right? Once I throw him, I'm gonna go to the side control. Guys, really important to understand that I have to do that on the transition. I'm not gonna wait for him to completely finish the arm triangle or the dart choke to after that do the escape. So look, fighting against this, I'm trying to go to the single, or he's like this, or maybe he has his leg up as well, would be the same thing. Look, if he has this leg up, and then I go there, and he's gonna go for the darts or arm triangle. So guys, I'm not gonna wait for him, let him set up everything he wants. So as soon as he brought this arm here, I'm gonna switch my hand to his hip, my left hand goes to his pants, I'm gonna bring him over, and I'm gonna sweep him over all the way down to the other side. So let's see on another angle here. So let's see on this angle. I'm here, right? I'm gonna try to go there. He set up the darts or arm triangle or wherever. Instead of go to the leg, I'm gonna go to the hip if I felt that he was working on that. And now I'm gonna control his pants with my left hand, and I'm gonna go all the way down to the other side. And I'm gonna finish the sweep.